Yep. Check this out.
Если, не дай бог, дойдет до каких-то ударов, то все должны понимать, что вот у России есть система СПРН, система по предупреждению, раннего предупреждения о ракетном нападении. У США есть. Больше в мире нигде такой системы развитой нет. У нас есть. В Европе развитой системы нет. Они в этом смысле более или менее беззащитны. Это первое. Второе, мощность ударов. У нас наше тактическое ядерное оружие в 3 раза мощнее, в 4, чем использованные американцами бомбы против Хиросимы и Нагасаки. В 3-4 раза. У нас по количеству их в разы больше. И на европейском континенте, и даже если американцы привезут свои из США, у нас все равно в разы больше. Если
Denmark is acutely aware of its own security and threats, not least because of its unique strategic geography, but also because of recent events. Denmark is
если
the realization that not everything is plannable, not everything is going to be hunky-dory in the next 20 years. I'm not saying it is going wrong tomorrow, but we have to realize it's not a given that we are in peace. And that's why we have the plans. That's why we are preparing for a conflict with Russia and the terror groups, if it comes to it, if they attack us. We're not seeking any conflict.
Looks like they were seeking conflict to me. I mean, why would you be preparing your people to go to war, man? See, you devils, boy. They'll tell you a lot of your face. Hold on. Let me see. Where was I at? Boom, 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 boom. Okay.
450 million citizens. It's 450 million reasons to be better prepared. In the EU, we must think different because the...
Right. But anyway, you saw the video concerning, what Vladimir Putin was saying, right? Okay. So, and then EU is preparing for war, but they say that they're not preparing for war, lying through their teeth. One thing you'll find out about these Edomite devils, that not only are they liars, like it says in Psalms 58:3, the wicked are estranged from the womb, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And in addition to, they tell you one thing and do something total opposite. That's one of the characteristics of these diabolical devils. Okay? Because the shit that they do is diabolical. This could be a smoke screen for all of these Edomites to work together finally at last, because all Vladimir Putin has ever wanted, all he's ever wanted, was to become a member of NATO. Okay? So if this is his chance to become a member of NATO, or NATO to become a member of him, he's taking it. So America, yeah, if NATO suggests, okay, if if Donald Trump threatens NATO, they're going to do this, and NATO signs up with Vladimir Putin, I'll speak as a man. Yep, there you go. America's going to get burnt the fuck up. Because, I mean, like I had explained earlier in a different video, that America is pretty much a vassal state, right, to the Great Britain and the British Empire and the Vatican. Real shit. So It's a company that works for the British government and the Vatican. It's a company. The president of the United States is a CEO of the company. America was originally supposed to be called, instead of America, it was supposed to be called the Virginia Company. See? These motherfuckers, man, come on, man. So if they don't want to do business with this company anymore, and they want to do business with a different company, such as Russia or the BRICS nations, that's what they're going to do. And America's going to get burnt. Hooray! Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Yahweh Kakwadash, man. So we can get the fuck out of here, man. I'm sick and tired. I'll tell you all the things I'm sick and tired of. Okay? You know, because I want to be one of the individuals that sigh and cry. Okay? I'm sick and tired of all my money that I go to work hard for, go pay some goddamn bills, buy groceries in order to go to the laundromat. Then something go wrong with your car. You got to put your car, fix your car and shit. And then starts all over every month. Rent, lights, gas, trash, water, phone bill, car insurance, car payment. Boom, starts over again. Rent. No, man. Okay. I want to eat some of that fish that Tobias, the son of Tobit, and Raphael ate on the way to Medea and Rages in order for Tobias to marry another Israelite woman. Because a lot of our people had been so intermingled and intermixed or intermingled their seed with all of the heathen nations that there was no one pure. So Tobias Tobit told his son Tobias, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go and marry an Israelite woman over in Rages. It's a story, the book of Tobit. It's a very interesting story, actually. But the Christian church, they say that those books are not canon because in the book of Tobit, the angel Raphael cuts open a specific type of fish, and he uses the guts of the fish to put on the eyes of the blind to heal and bring back one's sight, and then uses the heart and the liver and sets it and smokes it and sets it on fire. Okay, so the smoke would to ward off evil spirits and demons. And they say that that's witchcraft and magic. You know, who the fuck are you to say what is witchcraft and magic and what is you know, what the Lord wanted? I mean, Raphael, the archangel, was the one that came up with that. Tobit or Tobias didn't do that. The archangel did that. Okay? So you saying that the archangels of heaven are dabble in witchcraft now? You see what I mean? These goddamn these evil demons, these satanic Caucasians, they ain't right, man. They spiritually are not right, man. What is it? Habakkuk? Okay, let's get it. Habakkuk? Where was that at? Where is it? Yeah. Chapter 2, verse 5, right? Oh, okay. Verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yep, also because he transgresseth by wine. And this wine is in reference to the philosophies of do as thou wilt, democracy. Okay. What the alphabet community, adultery, spiritual and physical, fornication, right? This is the wine that he transgresseth against all these other countries about. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell. And then what is his desire? New world order. To have the entire motherfucking world, okay, under his thrall, to do whatever he wants to with it. Right? And is as death and cannot be satisfied. That is what these Caucasians are, man. They can't be satisfied for shit. They don't stay at home. They go from country to country stealing natural resources, right? They're thieves. Like it says in John chapter 10, verse 10, the thief cometh not before to steal, kill, and to destroy, right? And they cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people, right? So, I mean, how do these devils boil, right? Okay. And then Europe is in combat mode. Look at that. Look at that. Prepping for World War III. EU wants citizens to stockpile food. Right? Let's watch that.
Good to see you, Yuka.
Hi, Jenny.
The European Union wants people to keep 3-day survival kits at home. What's that about?
Yeah, Jenny, prepare for war and disaster. That's the message, although Brussels may not want to be seen as alarmist. The EU's Crisis Management Commissioner, Hadja Labib, posted this video on social media with advice on what people should carry around, including cash, a radio, and a Swiss Army knife. This as the blog urged citizens across the continent to stockpile food, water, essentials to last at least 72 hours in case of a crisis. At a press conference, Labib said that European security is threatened not just by war, but cyber attacks, climate change and disease. She also called for building up the EU's strategic reserves of critical resources. Let's take a listen.
This strategic reserve helped the EU respond to every type of emergency with firefighting planes, stockpiles of vital medical, energy and transport equipment, and specialized assets against chemical, biological, radiological and nuclear threats.
So across the channel, the UK is also boosting defence spending.
Well, at her spring statement giving an update on the budget, Finance Minister Rachel Reeves confirmed an extra £2.2 billion would be spent on the country's defence over the next year. But the government also halved its growth forecast for 2025 from its previous estimate, with Reeves announcing cuts to her spending plans. The Labour government is trying to walk a fine line between reducing its debt and avoiding a repeat of anything that could be seen as austerity. Luke Schrager has the details.
With the UK economy now predicted to grow by just 1% this year, British Finance Minister Rachel Reeves argued before Parliament for restraint on Wednesday.
I said that our fiscal rules were non-negotiable, and I meant it. I will always deliver economic stability, and I will always put working people first.
Borrowing costs are on the rise too, threatening a fiscal buffer of £9.9 billion or €11.8 billion, with Reeves hoping to balance public spending with tax revenue by 2030. A key aim is to cut costs for running the government by 15% over 5 years, for savings of around £2 billion or nearly €2.4 billion. But welfare spending plans have also been slashed, leading to concern that the centre-left Labour government is risking leaving up to 250,000 people in poverty.
Okay. So yeah. So what? Okay. You don't see all of the uproars of the people over there in Great Britain as much as you see it over here. It's more prevalent over here in America than you see over in Great Britain. You see what I'm saying? But my point being is that the uproars of the people of the world are jumping off, man. Okay? Besides, EU was talking about that they want to implement the central bank digital currency program and speed it up and have it done by October 2025. Okay? So they're going to do away with fiat currency, okay, and this October, which is less than 6 months away. Okay? So they're talking about they want to build up and spend money on defense spending, right? So they can go to war against Russia. Russia's waiting for these assholes to try something just so he can have somebody to burn up, man. Okay? But anyway, I digress. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Yahweh Kakwadash, Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Once again, this is Bakayar Amana, right? Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. So this is a biblical prophecy. Prophecy means to say before it happens. Okay? So since this is a biblical prophecy, from thence she shall be taken, from the great nation, an assembly of great nations from the north country. The north country, since we're in the west, is Russia. And all of the assembly of nations under Russia are the BRICS nations. Okay? From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord. Okay? Because you were glad, because you rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, in the heritage of the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai are his people, the Israelites, not those Israeli imposters, right? Because ye are grown as fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls, meaning you become fat, you're rich, you got money, white privilege, white supremacist, right? You're proud, got your chest stuck out. I'm proud to be an American citizen, buddy. Yep, we gonna make America great again. That a bitch? How you gonna do that when you're going backwards? You done your goddamn God, DJT, Agent Orange himself, done away with the Civil Rights Act, done away with affirmative action, done away with the Segregation Act, okay? Because he wants everything to go back to the way it was during the Jim Crow. Right? Verse 12. Which is fine by me, because the Most High is all about segregation. He's all about separation. Like it says in Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all nations that are upon the earth. Above says the same thing here. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. Above, right? So the Most High's inheritance being his people, and he wants his people to be above all nations. That means it's going to be a different type of privilege and supremacist. Okay? And it's going to be signed, stamped, and sealed by the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai himself. He's always wanted all of these nations separated. Okay? He wanted us to be separate from all of the heathen nations. Right? So that's separatist. That's separatism, right? That's segregation, isn't it? Right? The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in any number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people, but because the Lord loved you. Right? They mistreated his inheritance, his people, because he chose you, the Israelites, not the Israeli. The fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not Abraham, Isaac, and Esau, or Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael, or Abraham, Ishmael, and whoever. It doesn't work like that, right? But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath that he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. The people that he chose were the only ones that he brought out of Egypt. And the only one that he brought out of Egypt that is consistent with biblical scripture are the Israelites. It ain't got a goddamn thing to do with all these other heathen nations that want to be us. Okay? Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, who keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. Right? Where's it at? Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 17. Our Lord God, Yahweh, behold, thou hast made the heaven and the earth by thy great power and stretched out arm, and there is nothing too hard for thee. Thou showest loving kindness unto thousands, and recompensest the iniquity of the fathers into the bosom of their children after them. The great, the mighty power, Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, Shartazabawath, Adawan Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is his name. Right? Okay. Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 41, verse 6. Oh, man. What is this? Salakia. Boom. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. Verse 7. The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake. Right? Woe be unto you, ungodly men, for ye have forsaken the law of the Most High. For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction. And if you be born, you shall be born to a curse. So that takes care of reincarnation right there. Okay? Like it says in Isaiah chapter 34, the people of my curse to judgment, right? Or is it Isaiah 34, verse 5, ain't it? For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Idumea. Who is Idumea? Let's find out right quick. Hold on. Idumea.
Strong's H123.
Idumea.
Edom.
Idumean, descendants of Esau. Okay? That's who they are. It shall come down upon the people of my curse to judgment. What curse? Well, let's go find out. Right? Malachi chapter 1. Okay. Let's start at 1. Malachi chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Our people's bitching, whining, complaining right now. When shall we receive the fruit of the floor of our reward? Where it also says, okay, what is it? 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 57. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing have become to be lords over us and to devour us. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. The earth has been given into the hands of the wicked, right? If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? Says the same thing, right? When shall we receive the fruit of the floor of our reward? Okay, well, I think it's in 2nd Ezra 7, but whatever. Okay. I have loved you, saith the Lord, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains, which are his governments, his cities, and his heritage, which is his bloodline inheritance, his children, waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Right? And the dragons of the wilderness would be akin to the dragons of Arabia, the Ishmaelites. Look what they're doing to the people in Gaza right now. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. There's the people of the Lord's cursed judgment, the border of wickedness, the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. Esau's descendants in Edom. See? The Caucasians. Anyway, that's all good. I just had my little saying. But anyway, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Damn it. What the hell?